Hello, I welcome you to this learning session on IFRS for the SMEs. In this session, we will be discussing about the section 5 of IFRS for SMEs, which deals with statement of comprehensive income. Now let's move on to the learning objective. After completing this session, you will have an understanding about the analysis of expenses in the statement of comprehensive income, which generally means what are the options available for the SMEs for reporting the expenses. Now let's move on. An entity can adopt two approaches in respect of expenses: expenses by nature or expenses by function. So, what does that mean? This means that whenever an entity prepares statement of comprehensive income or the income statement, so how they can present the expenses are dealt under this section 5, and in this video we will discuss. All these expenses can be classified and presented as based on either nature or by function. So expenses by nature means expenses which are aggregated by their nature. For example, depreciation, purchase of raw materials, or either can be transportation cost or advertisement expenses. This is one approach, or the second approach is expenses by function, which where the expenses are aggregated based on the function. For example, business we form businesses and businesses perform a lot of functions. It may be sales for the cost of sales. There may be an administrative cost. For example, if I can say there is a nature of expense is depreciation, and the depreciation can also be used in case of the office administration or for the purpose of providing services, which can be used as a PPE or services, rendering services or cost of sales. So which means it depends on the function to which the depreciation expenses carries. Under the first first presentation, expenses by nature, we can present directly depreciation expenses in the statement of comprehensive income. We can present directly as an expense. But when we are following the function approach, we need to specify the function to which these expenses belong. So which means we need to go to sales and club all those expenses which are related to cost of sales. Then we need to add all those expenses related to the administrative expenses. In this case, depreciation expenses can be some part of the depreciation expenses can form part of the cost of sales, and also some part can also form part of the administrative expenses. In this case, one expenses can be allocated among two different functions. This is basically expenses by function, or we can directly show depreciation as an expense rather than going by the function. So I've used depreciation just as an example. The same thing can be applicable for any employee benefits or any salaries paid to the different employees. So these are the two approaches available. And one more thing, the hybrid approach, which means including both expenses by nature and function, this is not allowed under the IFRS for the SMEs, which is same as the IFRS. So if you have any questions, just post it on the comment section.